There's a simple solution.
And sign up for our wait list. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Arabia.
Claire is building a bridge connecting Korean and American identities.
High five, Stella.
Oh, this is the best picture contest I've ever been to.
Yeah, I've been working in the mental health nonprofits.
Thank you so much, Tom, for sharing your story. Let's head to the lunch.
Let's head to the lunch. Let's do it.
The city of Baltimore lost a tireless champion.
Equitable, inclusive.
To be a doctor.
It's literally your body, and I didn't do that on purpose, but I do support Baltimore.
Hey, welcome to Baltimore. My first time here, bus terminal. Let's get the journey started. This is VFA, baby. Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
This is cool.
Yeah, I'm the trend.
What do you do for the living?
What do I do for a living? Machine learning engineer.
Everybody's talking about where I slept last night because I got the best friend in the house.
This is VFA housing. Community first.
I would. Oh no, there is a light. Please.
Comfy. You know, this interviews where they're like meet people in the street and they're like, "Can I lie on your bed?"
Yeah. I've never been asked that in the street, but
yes.
There's a spectrum. That was
Almost everyone got into the Airbnb, and we're going to the first event soon. Are you excited?
working on the first events. It's gonna be so exciting.
So this is the start, just the beginning of the first event. Here's the pretty banner, Creating America's Future Startup Leaders. For everyone. Tasty. Yeah, so people are just starting mingling, taking it slowly. Yes!
School before even applying. He was a brilliant entrepreneur, attorney, and philanthropist. Biomedical technology, Loyola Salinger School of Business, Squandra Partners, and the Maryland Momentum Fund for helping to make our reunion come to life.
Erica, thank you so much. I certainly want to double down on the gratitude for our sponsors.
So first we have Christy Weiskill, who's the Executive Director of Johns Hopkins Tech Ventures, a division of the university responsible for technology transfer, corporate research partnerships, and company incubation under the brand Fast Forward.
There's a simple solution. That's right, composting. When our first customer, shout out Jake Horowitz and Dan Guerziglia, somewhere in the audience here.
On the vendor side, and by vendors I mean clothing resellers, thrift stores, and consignment stores, there's actually too much inventory. They're newsletter subscribers in order to reach new customers and sign up for our wait list. Thank you.
The clothes that I'm donating.
But every item is going through a rigorous quality assurance process.
By building Cozy Cabbage, Claire is building a bridge connecting Korean and American identities through food. Social entrepreneur Arabia Simone to the stage.
How many of you are stressed about the 2024 elections coming up? We're about 4 months away from the start of primaries. Hi, I'm Arabia. I'm a designer, creative, and techie, and I've been community organizing since middle school.
This allows us to 1, protect the creator's work, 2,
allow the creators to receive royalties.
Hi, my name is Sarah, founder of Kaniwu Apparel, and we are on a mission to revolutionize the outdoor apparel industry. My journey began in 2021 when I tried rock climbing for the first time. It's fun.
The tech ecosystem and entrepreneurship in Baltimore does not look like the rest of the country, and so being able to work with organizations like Dent Education or being able to volunteer with like Thread and be a part of like a very vibrant Baltimore VFA ecosystem and like build on the efforts of the people that have been here since 2013, it means a lot just to be among community.
What do you think about alumni engagement?
I think when we think about the future of the organization, I know that alumni have already put so much in motion. I think about and I'm not invited to Philly Formal and Bama's Giving and October Bergfest. I think that's just reflective of the strong community that we have. So I would love to find ways the organization could to complement those events, to kind of support them, maybe sponsor them, because the alumni community is already arranging themselves organically. And so I think that's a clear asset to our organization and our community.
First, let me say that this was an amazing event. Can you all hear me? Yes. And all of the businesses were absolutely amazing. We know that everyone is not leaving with money, but you are all winners. They simply amazing. I wish you all nothing but the best of luck. The judges' winner is Mila D'Souza, the clothing librarian.
Oh, this is the best pitch contest I've ever been to. I've been to a lot of pitch contests for my job, so this is amazing.
What do you do?
I work at Innovate. We both work at Innovate PGH. It's an entrepreneurial support organization, so that's connecting with entrepreneurs with resources that they might need, or creating those resources in the case of our co-working spaces.
Yeah. So I help run 4 co-working spaces in Pittsburgh under the Innovate PGH company.
Are you originally from Pittsburgh?
No, so I'm originally from Columbus, Ohio, and I moved to Pittsburgh about a month ago. So it's been an awesome experience so far.
What about you, Charles?
Yeah, no, I'm not from Pittsburgh. I went to school in Pittsburgh. I'm from Maryland. I went to school at Carnegie Mellon, Pittsburgh. So yeah.
Hey Emma, what kind of company do you work for?
Yeah, so I work for a company called Civic Champs that does volunteer management software for nonprofits. I've been the chief of staff, and now I work more as a director of partnerships and strategic initiatives, helping with a lot of different parts of the operations for the business.
Hey Chloe, what is that you do?
I am a software engineer at a biotech startup. So it's a cancer diagnostics company, and we're developing a early cancer screening test.
I had to.
And there's one. Make sure you grab a bingo card from Wilson. There are prizes on the line if you get bingo. See myself or Wilson.
So it's a golf location?
There's golf, there's cornhole, there is dodgeball.
All right, so it's bingo, and whenever you meet people who did any of that, cross them out and then let them know, and there's probably be a prize or something.
Yesterday was such an exciting day just because it was an opportunity to meet so many fellows and the VFA leadership in person. And obviously, one of other highlights was the pitching contest, and kudos to the Pago Apparel for winning $2,500 from VFA sponsors, as far as I understood how it worked. So today the stage is really given to the Baltimore community. People gonna be showcasing their businesses and community efforts.
Whenever you're building a new advocacy movement, a lot of the same ideas tend to overlap. So it's really exciting to see what that looks like. And our whole focus right now is we're working to address a public health crisis. And people aren't really focusing on because there's so much stigma and shame, and that's sexual violence against children and adolescents. It's something that the most conservative estimates say it's about 1 in 10 children experiences some form of sexual violence, and it leads to all kinds of adverse childhood experiences. It leads to brain challenges and interpersonal relational challenges. It's something that when it goes unaddressed, when someone feels that they're disconnected or that there's shame around that experience, then the amount of negative health impacts are just terrible. And we have too many people right now walking around with that lived experience, feeling like they're alone and not knowing how many others are out there with that same struggle. So let's get the people together. Let's advocate for change. Let's work on policies. Let's work on improving all these different companies and corporations that, whether they are trying to deliberately or not, perpetuate the issue. And let's just slowly chip away and say, well, let's just keep kids safe.
And in what way do you think that gets appreciated?
There's, good examples right here in Baltimore. A couple weeks ago, the Archdiocese, the Catholic Archdiocese, ended up filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They used a business bankruptcy to cover up decades of abuse that happened. It's their way of creating liability shields so that they don't have to deal with the significant amount of, we're now talking money damages for crimes against children that happened over decades. And it's terrible. It happens in all of these different institutions. It happens in schools and sporting programs. It happens at the home. It happens online and offline. And you just have to have a space that's vigilant about it.
Absolutely. And may I ask if the motivation to do this comes from any personal experience?
It does. So I'm a survivor of an assault I've experienced during my time in the Boy Scouts, and hadn't really wanted to get involved. The memory only surfaced in 2017, which, it's fitting we're talking about this as a VFA reunion. The first place I publicly shared was with VFA. No, the first time was in 2017. 2017,
with VFA community.
But with that VFA community, and immediately getting that support was the only way that I could keep myself from immediately repressing the memory again.
Right.
And it was just deeply powerful. And now we get the chance to do some really good work. I'm serving on the Youth Protection Committee for the Boy Scouts. We just had a Netflix documentary come out last month talking about the scale of this, and people are listening. We made it to, believe it or not, number 6 on Netflix for a documentary around child abuse. That doesn't happen, but it did. And that's because people are saying, how do we make a change? How do we look at the horrors and the harms and then look at ways to actually make the difference?
I'm just so glad that you mentioned this, and I absolutely agree. One of the things that really struck me as I joined VFA was how honest people about some of the horrible things that happened to them and the amount of support that others give to the person, speaking up. So I'm so glad that was your case and that eventually you were able to mobilize your internal efforts towards a solution. Nobody would blame you if you just, would just deal with it personally, right? But you took it to an absolutely new level, and I think this is something that is common in a good way for the VFA community. Do you think that apart from kind of the events that where people kind of like share the support real time. Do you feel that VFA like generally provides support kind of on the margins and outside of big events, let's say?
What I'll actually start with is the way I shared was during a VFA credo. So the cheesy but in a good way, the sentimental but in a good way, there's no courage without risk.
Yeah.
That was a terrifying idea of standing in front of a bunch of people that I just met at a training camp that I'd never seen before. Everybody's a type A personality really trying to make some change, and you take that big gamble, and then you see how the community comes together. And what I found is you get organizational support that happens from VFA, trying to facilitate different events within, like you said, the big events that we're at now, but also some smaller opportunities that are happening in each of the different cities. But there's also this sense of just shared community because it's around a purposeful, mission-oriented organization. So I don't have the chance to stay in touch with as many people as I'd like, and I'm trying to step that up more and more. But all the people I talk to that I count as some of the dearest friends, they're in VFA, because when I talk to them, they don't simply say, "Oh, that's tough," but "That's tough, what can we do?" That extra step, that how do we jump in, how do we build, how do we create change? It's incredible.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Tom, for sharing your story. Let's head to the lunch.
Let's head to the lunch. Let's do it.
All right, everyone got really dressy because we're going to get photo shoot and the business lunch. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's the man.
Yeah. Also, there's something called Dead Man's Curve here. Yeah.
What's that?
It's like one of the highest rates of car crash. One of the locations with the highest rates of car crashes in the country. The other one is in Cleveland. It's just a poorly designed highway that was designed to go over the river rather than to be a good road. A little waterfall, and like, yeah, that's gorgeous. And then down right below us, this beautiful, massive old manufacturing complex that's now turned into artist studios and performance spaces.
Fast forward to the lunch part. Yeah. Thank you. I'm filming. Yeah. Thank you so much. Swag. I love that. So all the tables are marked by the topic. Hey. By the topic that people want to chat about. So obviously clean tech is a popular topic. Biotech. Hi. Health and wellness. Wow, they made it very professional for the headshots. That's awesome. Nice.
Stella.
Hey, Stella.
High five, Stella.
Oh.
One more time. Yeah.
Hello, are you a VFA participant? What's your year? Are you an entrepreneur?
Oh yeah.
Entrepreneurial Stella.
Today's a great example. If you have an interest in e-commerce, you want to be able to connect with other people in e-commerce, right? And also you might want to be able to share about what you're doing in e-commerce with other fellows. Board or VFAB board. So if I could get VFAB members, I'll pass it off to Wilson. And yeah.
Hey everyone, glad to see all you here.
Advisors, and I'll speak more about like opportunities that exist today shortly. So for community, what does it mean to go from a participant to an activator? We have fireside chats, which are
So elated that each and every one of you guys are here. I know you had an amazing lunch just a few moments ago, and we felt like it was really appropriate to have just to learn from them and learn more about this incredible city as well.
Someone that was really driving our company forward. The city of Baltimore lost a tireless champion, someone just dedicated to making it better and better each day.
The equitable, inclusive, and really dedicated ecosystems of Baltimore that Pava and EcoMaps are building towards, and that
to be a doctor in business, to be a business professor at the HBCU that raised me, which is Coppin State University, to be a CEO CEO of the largest Black women-owned co-working space.
A lot of the reasons Tamara mentioned.
On your hoodie right now.
Is literally on my hoodie, and I didn't do that on purpose, but I do support Baltimore.
Because I don't have a good job. I need to get a good job, I need to get a good opportunity, and then this parenting treatment is somehow going to stop.
My name is Fernando Orques, and I'm the founder of Trampoline Health, a startup focused on helping people suffering from digital addiction and supporting them through finding digital wellness.
And can you explain to me how that works?
Yeah, of course. So we're focused mainly on helping them avoid relapse. That's what we found through customer discovery was the real pain point. And our main avenue to do that is through offering kind of like a digital wellness gym. So we offer daily bite-sized workouts that help them better understand what's going on inside, what are their core issues, and then from there make the actual change required.
Yeah, I've been working in the mental health nonprofit space, advising different organizations for the past few months during my sabbatical. So there's tons of private healthcare organizations that work in this space, as well as nonprofits doing community work. So for me, it's really special seeing the value that we're doing from support groups and educational programs on how valuable the social connection is. And we're doing this for free in the community. There are startups coming out doing similar things that are getting reimbursed, but it's immensely valuable in either case for people's recovery to be social. And for me personally, having seen mental health issues in my family, experiencing them myself personally, that I think just being able to use the most vulnerable parts of yourself in a way that serves others is really empowering.
Build a culture around voting that really encourages young people to vote informed. You can get in contact with me via LinkedIn or follow us.
It's the vision behind Worth More for the Two of Us. It's seeing the ideas and innovation in Baltimore and places like it, combined with a generational lack of resources that is stifling certain communities.
Who here loves like art or fashion, luxury bags? Raise your hands. And thank you.
So bringing mental health in that atmosphere really gave the girls in my school outlet.
So I guess.
We've got it. We have a last
Yay. Like, what is that you do?
What do I do? I'm the head of product for a company called Everly.
And what does this company do?
And Everly, we have a digital legacy product, so we work with funeral homes.
Hey Edwin, I love your outfit.
Thank you.
Wow, I love the hat. Awesome. What's your job?
So I am fun employed right now. I am taking some time as a sabbatical to investigate the food system and farm agriculture world of Hawaii.
At that point, I was a little more than a year in the organization. Had a chance to travel to many of our cities and met many of you.
Deserving of this award.
Not best for the mic time idea that Anna was working on a few years ago.
Is Danielle Devins, class of 2018. Community is Hollis Rudd.
Culture and commerce. Today, it's fueled into the future by a resilient spirit powered by collaboration and community.
Cultural landmark for VFA Baltimore since 2013.
Wait, Mickey, come here. We should all be here for this.
Please introduce the place.
Okay, this is Winterfell's, formerly known as the Castle, or Hood Castle.
This is the third day
moving out of the Airbnb.
I refuse to move my face. We've done it. Or
what else do you like?
Call it the absence of culture. But I'm just biased. And now that's recorded. Hey, I'm Tom, and I don't like the Northeast as much as I like the South. Let's establish Baltimore and Maryland are not part of the South. You do not qualify, in my opinion.
Clarified.
Sounding not ready to be interviewed.
Wow. Roasting
We're officially in day 3 of the Baltimore VFA Reunion, and while people are having their breakfast, let's just get their opinion about the event and catch the last day of the reunion vibe.
So at first we had to find the venues, right? So the place that we're at right now is Little Havana. This was our first venue that we were at, which was great. But sometimes it's hard to find some other ones, but it all came together.
8 out of 10.
Oh my god. Are you planning to go to St. Louis next year?
It's the greatest city.
Yeah, we'll be here.
Absolutely. I worked at GripMat, which is like this 5-person hardware startup company. It was on Shark Tank. Like 40% of the reason I joined is because I thought I could meet Mark Cuban one day. I did not. In VFA, I was in Columbus for 2 years. Actually, did my fellowship there, stayed for 4 years total. Just moved back to New York, but still very involved in the VFA community on the Venture for America Alumni Board, or VFAB, and absolutely love what I get to do. Really getting to think intentionally with, you know, the VFA team about like, hey, what's the alumni experience like? What can we do to highlight alum and give back to the community? I think is awesome. So.
All food in general, to be honest. But,
Yeah.